Hi, I'm Shannon Lenz, your spiritual fitness coach. The pages of history are full of inspirational characters, people who just won't quit, who never gave up, even when the going got really, really tough, and the odds were stacked against them. One of my favorite stories is of Corrie and her family during World War II and the Holocaust. If you aren't familiar with the story, the Ten Booms were watchmakers in Holland. When the Nazis invaded and began to persecute the Jews, the Ten Booms hid Jews in their home and worked for the Dutch underground resistance. Eventually, they were caught. Corrie, her father, and her sister Betsy were sent to prison and then to concentration camps. Tragically, only Corrie survived. The story of Corrie's faithfulness to protect the vulnerable during the war is inspirational enough. But it's her story after the war that really impresses me. You see, when Corrie was finally released, I think most people would say that she'd earned her rest. She had suffered immensely for doing God's work, and it would be understandable if she was just weary and just wanted to live out the rest of her days in peace. But Corrie was a watchmaker's daughter, and she knew not to waste time. Corrie spent the rest of her days continuing to serve others. One of her big projects was to open a rehabilitation center for survivors of concentration camps. She even served the Dutch people who had collaborated with the Germans and were considered traitors. She also traveled around the world telling her story and sharing the gospel with everyone she encountered. To me, Corrie ten Boom exemplifies Galatians 6:9-10, which encourages us to not grow weary of doing good. For in due season, we will reap if we do not give up. So then, as we have opportunity, let us do good to everyone, and especially to those who are of the household of faith. Corrie had every reason to be exhausted and discouraged. She had lived through unspeakable suffering and had seen the very worst in humanity. And yet she continued to take every opportunity set before her to share the gospel with a world who needs Jesus more than anything else. A biography called The Watchmaker's Daughter, The True Story of World War II Heroine Corrie ten Boom by Larry Loftus recorded this poetic prayer of Corrie's. Teach me, Lord, to bear the burden in this dark and weary day. Let me not complain to others of a hard and lonely way. Every storm to thee is subject, storms of earth or mind and heart. Only to thy will submitting can to me thy peace impart. So to suffer, so keep silence, so be yielded to thy will. So in weakness learn thy power. Teach me, Father, teach me still. You see, Corrie understood that even when she was weary of suffering, her heavenly Father was teaching her how to trust him more and more. As James 1:2-4 says, count it all joy, my brothers, when you meet trials of various kinds, for you know that the testing of your faith produces steadfastness. And let steadfastness have its full effect, that you may be perfect and complete, lacking in nothing. Corrie knew that the testing of her faith was teaching her how to be steadfast and faithful. There is so much evil in the world. It's easy to become weary of doing good because it feels like it doesn't even matter. But persevering in faithfulness to Christ always matters. Here's your challenge for today. Let steadfastness have its full effect by asking God what he's trying to teach you in the midst of your struggles and sufferings. Count your trials as personal growth opportunities. And even if you are weary of doing good, find something good that you can do today to bless others and glorify God. Then go and win today.